Today, starting off, Guardian of the Farm. Excellent cigar, done by Aganorsa. If you're not familiar with this cigar, you've probably smoked something they made. They make a lot of stuff for a lot of people. This one got some recognition a few years back in the Apollo size. The particular one I'm going to start off with is the Campeon. They've got it listed as kind of a medium plus. I think it's a nice true medium. Great way to start the day. Still has enough flavor if you're after dinner, you want to smoke something that's not going to beat you up, but you're still going to taste and you're still going to really enjoy. This is the cigar. Goes perfect with a cup of coffee, so we're starting the day off with this one. On this cigar, they've got their, I think what they consider is like their signature flavor, their signature wrapper, Corojo 99. Tons of flavor, really good quality smoke. Everything they do very well. We've been doing extremely well with their entire product line. You want a price point cigar that's gonna blow you away. Lunatic comes in a Habano or a Maduro. Habano, tons of flavor, not too much body. Maduro steps it up a little bit. They're gold foil and silver foil, so look out for those. Just an excellent cigar. However, like I said, Guardian of the Farm, one of my favorites. That classic Nicaraguan flavors, Corojo wrapper, medium plus. I, again, kind of consider it more of a medium, a great way to start the day. Nice dark cup of coffee after a good meal, lunch, whatever it is. This is a cigar that is approachable any time of day for just about any palate or any strength smoker out there, because it's not too light, not too strong, but tons of flavor. Just right off the bat, great flavor, great aroma. Really looking forward to this. I always look forward to having these. We started carrying the Aganorsa product. It's been years. They went through a few name transitions. Asa Fernandez, which I think in our old school filing system, they still might be under that name. Then it was like Tropical Tobacco, then Tropical Tobacco. Now Aganorsa. We've been carrying them all through those transitions. It's been forever, what feels like forever now, as long as I could remember. Been Aganorsa for quite a while. I think that is where it's going to stay. They've done a great job at that branding, at creating the cigars. The Lunatics, the JFRs, those were, especially JFR, they kind of were one of the first, that those bigger ring gauges, at least it feels like one of the first. JFR Titans in the Corojo and the Maduro. We used to sell those like crazy. This brand is known for a lot of things. It's known for some big ring gauge cigars. It's known for some of their limited release cigars throughout the year. Supreme Leaf being one of them. Shop favorite around here. Plenty of customers love that cigar. We really enjoy that cigar. Every time they release it, it's a different size. So that's kind of cool. It keeps it fresh, keeps it different. But then they also have, like I said, they're kind of known for some of those massive cigars. The 880 did a 10 by 100, which we carried and sold. There are people out there looking for something like that, whether it's a gag gift or a challenge. Then you have the Rare Leaf, a cigar that was introduced after the Supreme Leaf. Two blends. They're known for the Rare Leaf, which came out after Supreme Leaf, in a Corojo and a Maduro. Something they like to do is two different wrappers. They've got a cigar for everybody. They've got some limiteds, they've got some higher end stuff, they've got your everyday cigar. So they're known for a lot of things. They're also kind of not known for a lot of things. A lot of people don't realize they produce a lot of cigars for other people that you may have smoked something that's coming out of their factory and not even realized it. We've got plenty of brands like that. They've done collaborations. This cigar actually in the Apollo, I believe, was a collaboration between Aganorsa and Warp. And Warped had a cigar, Aganorsa had a cigar that they were collabing together under their portfolio, I believe. I think that's how it went. We're going back quite a few years. But then there's other smaller boutique brands and even some of the bigger guys. They're contracting with Aganorsa to produce a cigar for them because they've got the resources, they've got the know-how, and they make a phenomenal product. So it only makes sense if you don't have access to some of that or you want to change it up. Who do you go to? You go to someone like Aganorsa. They're going to crank out a product that is just phenomenal. This past weekend, I think everybody's seen it. Probably been talked about too much on some of the shows. Buzz was Denver. Denver's comeback, fourth quarter comeback. The Giants starting to look good. Thinking, man, maybe they've got something here. embarrassing Denver for 3 quarters, and then blew it all in a historic fashion in the fourth quarter to lose the game by a point. One of our guys here is that works for us, is a Giants fan. He definitely wasn't thrilled. Showed me some videos. One game next week. They still looked good in the games before. Denver's got a great team this year. It's a little surprising that that's what happened. Yeah. At the same time, it's the Giants. They still got, what looks like now a bright future, maybe some hope. So I think that was, the biggest talk from this weekend in football. Tampa has been fun to watch. A great team this year. Kind of figured they're going to hit a wall at some point, or they're going to run into a team that, gives them a run for their money. Lions has been up and down a little bit. Lions showed up. Tampa got hit with, I think, Mike Evans done for the season. That's a big star for them, gone. A new receiver, he's been killing it for him. But anyway, Baker Mayfield couldn't save him like he has in every game, this season. So that one wasn't as exciting. Then you had the late game, Seahawks, Texans. No real excitement there. I think everyone was expecting the Seahawks to win, and that's what we got. We got a Seahawks win. Lions pretty much dominated Tampa. So, watched it because was hoping for something a little bit more, but they turned out to be, mediocre games with the outcomes that either you wanted or didn't or expected. My Jags, don't even want to talk about it. Got absolutely destroyed in London, their second home. Miami or the Jets, I don't know what's the worst, which one's the worst team in football. Either one, I think, has basically given their fan base no hope. It looks like Kansas City's back. I hate to say it. I don't want to say it. I want some other teams, some fun teams to watch. Patriots are doing all right, which again, that's another team. I hate to say it, but they're showing up. They're winning some games. They've some rough starts, but it looks like they're kind of putting something together. Where my Jags had a pretty good start, and now kind of looks like they're getting a little shaky. So I'd rather be going up than kind of coming down. A couple dominant quarterbacks that have come out and really stood out. In the Tom Brady era, you had Brady. He had Aaron Rodgers. Still have Aaron Rodgers. He's not the same, but Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson. I mean, you had tons of quarterback talent that were on teams that were fully capable of winning Super Bowls. Tom Brady just happened to be the best to do it. Now, still have time. We still have plenty of years to see what happens. We still have plenty of time, but Patrick Mahomes has kind of filled that role. I love him or hate him. That's what he's become. Tom Brady, the Patriots, those fans loved him. Everyone else kind of hated him. They wanted something different. They wanted to see someone different in a Super Bowl in the playoff. Patrick Mahomes kind of the same way. Kansas City, doesn't really matter how shaky they get. They seem to pull it off. They seem to be a well-organized team, and he's already got a couple Super Bowls. He's young. Still got that team going, but he still has competition, just like Brady did. I mean, he's got Josh Allen out of Buffalo. There's just still plenty of talent out there. Baker Mayfield, even though they just lost, he's looking incredible this year. So, different game because, as the years go on, rules change, talent changes, the game changes a little bit, but in the same sense, it's kind of the same. You have top talent competing against each other, a couple that really do stand out that a lot of people expect a lot out of. At the end of the day, you just really never know who's going to show up, to win the game, who's going to show up and play. And, we don't know until come playoffs, the end of the season, what teams are going to be capable of that. Baseball, we talked about this last week. I was saying I was hoping Mariners, Brewers, and I'm not going to say I'm the jinx, but we did not get that. We got Toronto Blue Jays and the Dodgers, which I guess go Blue Jays, right? Unless you're an LA fan. Yeah, something different outside of LA. So, East Coast guy, I'll go Toronto. And again, they're the team that's been a while. We haven't seen them do it and to side with East Coast teams being, in most sports, Magic fan, Jags fan, although there's no East and West in football, but you get the point. And I just like to root against LA because they have all the legacy teams, and too many times do they get to celebrate, So tired of watching LA teams celebrate. I want to see someone else do it. So I'll be pulling for the Blue Jays, even though I was kind of pulling for the Mariners, which, yes, I know, West Coast team, split up a little bit differently in MLB. And again, is a team we've never seen do it. So it was kind of like rooting for the underdog. However, not the case. So I'll tune in, root for the Blue Jays a little bit. That cigar, getting into the end of the first third, getting into that second third, if you want, getting into the kind of the meat of the cigar. Opens up definitely a little more spice on the retrohale, but again, it doesn't burn you out. It doesn't, shock your palate. Very well balanced. So really just coming along nicely. Again, Guardian of the Farm. This cigar will open up into that like I said, I consider medium. Maybe it is medium plus, depending on what level of cigar smoker you are, or what kind of cigars you like to enjoy, whether it's mild or full. If you like powerhouses, you might find this one to be a little, what you consider light. It is not, but very well balanced. Tons of flavor, like I said, on the retrohale. You do get a little spice, but nothing offensive, nothing that's going to burn you out. You could easily do this one in the morning, afternoon, at night. So really, really getting into it now. Starting to open up. Again, Guardian of the Farm.